YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Jason from the Lock Talk, and I'm here to break down every single NBA game for today, February 25th, 2025. And fellas, ladies, you've been enjoying the type of content, you've been enjoying me coming up here and dropping these plays every single day. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm. It only helps me come up here every day and get motivated to drop these plays. We had a great day yesterday in Premium, went 3-1, absolutely smoked the books. I lost one play, bro, just by a last-second three. All I needed was the Heat to have the lead in front of the Hawks in the first quarter, or even just to tie, and they shot a three in the last 1 second. They went over by one. So it is what it is, man. Should have had the full sweep, but I'm happy with a winning day nonetheless. Take all profits in stride. Besides these picks, besides the YouTube videos, if you want to know exactly what I'm giving out and what I'm giving out to my clients and betting on myself, make sure you join us in my premium. And there are ways for you to join for free if you don't want to pay to get into this, to get in the chat. And I'm going to show you right now. So you could join with, in my opinion, the best sports book right now that's going on. It's available in 42 different states. It's US based. It's not an offshore book. NOVIG. They have reduced lines because they have an exchange type peer-to-peer betting system where you bet and you don't have to lay minus 105, minus 110. So use my code right here. Use code LOCK, LOCK, and then click this link right here. You'll get 50% off your first deposit when you use code LOCK. And then when you do, just shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll get you in for a free week in Premium. And just an example, last night, right? Depending on what you want to bet, you got better lines on NOVIG versus FanDuel, the most popular book probably, right? If you wanted to bet, let's say, Denver money line, they ended up smoking the freaking Pacers, you would have made a lot more money. You saved 7 cents or 7% on your bet. Even if you want to bet the spread, you could have gotten minus 4.5 versus minus 5. Yes, this is a big difference, man. This could be the difference between you winning or you losing, or you making more money or losing less money. You have to lay less juice or you get better lines. So I highly suggest you get on here. Just click the link in that pinned comment down below. Go through this whole thing. I explain to you how to do it and the benefits of being on this book. So get on NOVIG. And again, use code LOCK. You get 50% off your first deposit. And you just increase your chances to win in your betting, man. So again, guys, let's get straight into it, man. Let's start talking about these games. We have a bunch of games on the slate today, and I'm here to go run it up, man. So first game on the board I do see is the Boston Celtics against the Toronto Raptors. And hey, man, we have Toronto on Sunday, I believe. Sunday against the Phoenix Suns, but this is a much different type of beast, man. The main thing I'm concerned about for the Toronto Raptors is their size and will they get Poto back. Poto didn't play last game. I'm not sure if he's going to play today. Grady Dick is also a game time decision. He had an incredible game against the Suns. So, but it looks like from all things that I'm seeing on another screen that he will be playing. So in terms of the spread, Boston's obviously big favorites. They should be big favorites. They are the much better team all over on paper. Raptors defense has taken a dive since maybe a few weeks ago before Emmanuel quickly came back. But their offense has been doing good as well, though. So the thing is, do we want to back the Toronto Raptors in this spot? I don't know. I mean, look, Boston's been on a roll, bro. They've been covering in their last 4 or 5, or in their last 6 games, they've covered outright. They've beaten the brakes off the Knicks, the Sixers, the Spurs, the Miami Heat, the Knicks again. I mean, I don't know. They have the Knicks number, bro, for the past few years. But now they're going in Toronto, where Toronto plays their best ball at home, getting a lot of points. But the thing is, do I want to lay all these points? I mean, look, right now, it looks like Boston, man, everyone's on Boston, even at this big spread. Not too many people on Toronto. I mean, look, Toronto, they're okay at covering threes. Boston's their best spot, or what they do the best is shooting that 3 ball, man. That's what they do the most. That's what's been their big focus last year and especially this year. And Toronto, I mean, among all their defensive places, they're the best at limiting threes and being effective at covering them. So, you know, definitely a good spot for them defensively. But, I mean, overall, Boston's just a so much better team. They're so much more well-rounded. They're a much deeper team. They have an insane bench. It's hard for me to look really any other way, especially a full game. I mean, I think Boston probably covers this number, but I do think it's a little bit high. I think maybe Toronto should be 9.5 point dogs. So maybe there's some slight value with the Raptors, but I'm not really pushing it, bro. Tough game. If Poeltl's not back, I don't really love it because they have so much more size against them. So I'll lean with Boston at the spread, but not my favorite game on the board. Boston usually, I'll be honest, like usually just flops on games that they should win. They play sometimes to the level of lower competition, but they've been on a roll, man, covering their last 6 games. So very impressive so far. All right, next game we got on the board is the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Orlando Magic, bro. Orlando, 7.5-point dogs at home. Ooh, this is an interesting one, bro, because Orlando's been pretty good at home. They obviously have not been that great this season overall. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Been a disappointing season, even though they are 29-30. I mean, they should be winning, but they've had a lot of injuries. There's a big spread, man. Cleveland is clearly, in my opinion, the best team on the East. You can say whatever you want about the Celtics, but Cleveland, the Cavaliers, 47-10. Boston, 41-16. So I'm just going off the stats, but I actually think, I'm gonna keep on saying it, Cleveland can win the entire East. They can beat the Boston Celtics. They're designed to do so. Their team is extremely deep. In this game, they only have one kind of major injury or possible injury is Darius Garland. He's a game time decision, but even if he does not play, they can still do very well. I mean, they have Ty Jerome, they have Dean Wade, they have so many guys off this bench. DeAndre Hunter, bro. I mean, that alone is a huge difference. I mean, Orlando actually has a pretty good bench too. Jalen Suggs, he's still going to be out, and Moritz Wagner. These are two big pieces, especially Moritz Wagner off the bench. He provides a lot of size and power, but I mean, they do have Gogo Batati. So just to cut it short, I mean, it looks like a lot of people are definitely on the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. Cleveland's definitely been rolling, bro. Rolling. And look, the Magic, they have a really good defense. They are really good at preventing threes. The Cavaliers, their main offense is really shooting mid-rangers and threes. They're number one in both of those areas over the season so far. I mean, Orlando could definitely play good defense. The problem is, can they have any offense? That's the biggest thing. Orlando's offense has been so lackluster. I mean, if you take a look, I mean, who have they beaten though, right? They beat Charlotte, they beat Atlanta in a revenge spot. I mean, they lost to Memphis but covered. So, I mean, I guess that's good. And they beat the brakes off the Wizards. But, I mean, they're beating bad teams, but they have not been super competitive against good teams. The only one I'll say is the Memphis Grizzlies, a game that they probably should have won, but Memphis came back and ended up winning that game. But a big spread like this, Cleveland, man, they've been rolling. They've been the number one covering team in many aspects. I mean, just take a look at the teams that they beat. The Memphis, the Knicks. I mean, Brooklyn's been a pretty good covering team, so that's a pretty good win. Beat the Bigs out Toronto, Minnesota. So, I mean, the whole world's on Cleveland, and for good reason. But I don't know, man. I actually think the Orlando Magic can actually maybe keep it kind of close, bro. I think 7.5 points is right there. I think the line should really be 7, 6.5. So I think there's some slight value with Orlando. Look, they disappointed me before, but I'm going to fade the public on this one. I actually think Orlando has a decent shot to keep this game close and keep it competitive. This is a game that they do need to win. This will be a big win, a confidence booster at home. Their best spot historically, getting a decent amount of points. This is a 3 to even 4 possession type spread, and I think Orlando's really a 6-point dog, even being at home. So I like Orlando in this spot. Give me Orlando plus 7.5. This line could definitely move to 8, 8.5. So maybe you could wait. A lot of people like betting favorites later on in the day, but I think the Magic have a shot to keep it close and be competitive. All right, guys, next game on the board, we got the Milwaukee Bucks against the Houston Rockets. Houston laying 3.5 points at home, and hey, man, look, this game is probably going to be determined by one thing and one thing only, and that's the injuries, man. Will Giannis still be on the minute restrictions, and will Van Fleet play? I think Van Fleet is the biggest difference in this game for me, even more than Giannis to a certain extent, because if Houston does not have Van Fleet, I do not like Houston without him, bro. He is, even though, man, like, people are more impressed by guys like Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, maybe even Sengun, he is the leader, bro. He's not the best player, but he's definitely the leader. He's the gel that brings everyone together. And since he's been out, they have not been playing good, man. I mean, they lost outright to Utah. I mean, I guess they covered against Minnesota. That was a good win, but After that, bro, they have not been covering, bro. They've actually been much better covering on the road than at home, which is usually pretty weird for them. Last year, they were one of the best home covering teams in the league, but they were getting a lot of points. Now they're laying points against a Bucks team who's been doing pretty good, man. Ever since the break, I mean, ever since the start of this year, they've definitely stepped it up, offensively, defensively. But let's take a look at their level of competition, man. They beat Miami, they beat Washington, but barely. That's not that impressive in my opinion. But I don't think Giannis played in that game, or if he did, was still a minute restriction. And then before that, I mean, they did good against the Clippers and Minnesota. So I'm not sure if Giannis is in minute restrictions or not. But to me, if Van Fleet's back, Jabari Smith looks to be back on the Rockets. Hey man, I'm gonna take this shot. I actually think the Rockets match up pretty good against the Bucks in all facets. In terms of their defense, they have one of the best defenses in the league, one of the best paint defenses in the league, one of the best mid-rangers, and I think they have the offense to match the Bucks, who, in my opinion, they've definitely stepped up their defense a whole lot. But with everyone coming back at home, I think the Rockets can get the job done, man. So I'm gonna lay the points with the Rockets. Give me the Rockets. Maybe you could do first half. They've been a pretty good first half team, but honestly, the Bucks have been as well. Just take a look, man. Everyone's still on the Bucks, bro. Bucks have definitely been, a good team so far. But I think the Rockets bounce back here if Van Fleet and Jabari Smith or everyone's back. I think they bounce back here and they show why they're going to be a top team in the West for sure. Do they make a run all the way? I don't think so, but they're going to show why they're worth this minus 3.5, because everyone's definitely very confused. But I think Van Fleet's the big difference. He's definitely a huge boost to this team, and I think the Rockets cover this 3.5. All right, guys. Let's see. We have 4 more games left, and then we'll get going, bro. So, again, guys, please, you've been enjoying this, man. Put a thumbs up for me. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. And, of course, man, if anything, man, if you want to keep on rocking with me and you want to join me, make sure you go on NOVIG, bro. Use my code LOCK. You get 50% on your first deposit, and you can bet all these games at much better odds than I'm showing you. That's the thing. Much better odds than I'm showing you. So let's get straight to it, bro. Next game on the board, we got the Phoenix Suns against the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis laying 7.5 points. That is crazy, but hey, and people love the Phoenix Suns, man. I'm surprised that, we'll see where the public's at or where the money's been so far, but I imagine a lot of people are all over on the Memphis Grizzlies, and it looks like a lot of people are on the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis has played this team extremely well, and Phoenix has everyone playing, bro. They have Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant. I mean, so it's not like they're missing anyone. Memphis looks like they have everyone playing as well. No major injuries, and that's the big thing, man. I like this Memphis team primarily because they have the much deeper team, the much deeper bench. They have a very good defense, played at a very fast pace, and they have the offense to match Phoenix's offense. Phoenix's defense is just not good at all, in my opinion. In terms of their overall defensive rating, I mean, they're one of the worst in the league, in my opinion. They're right behind. They're in the same league as the Chicago Bulls and the 76ers. And Memphis is just good everywhere, bro. So even if maybe they can keep up with their starters, when the bench comes in for Memphis, they can take over this game. So I agree with this line. I think maybe it's a little bit high, but if I could have gone 6.5, I would have loved it. But yeah, give me Memphis full game, 7.5 points at home, where they absolutely dominate for the major parts of many years, man. This year, last year. Give me Memphis, even at this big spread, 7.5. I think they totally tune up the Suns, who have not been good, man, on the road especially. One of the worst road covering teams in the NBA. All right, guys, next game on the board. We got the San Antonio Spurs against the New Orleans Pelicans. A rematch. We just saw this game. Pelicans won that game outright. I had a prop with Zion. That did not hit. They beat him up so bad. He sat the last 2 minutes of the last quarter. And not saying that he would have gone over his PRA or PR, but he at least would have had a chance. So yeah, man, I still like the Pelicans, bro. I think the Pelicans are the better team. Believe me or not, I think they have a better offense, especially with McCollum and everyone playing, with Zion playing. As long as Zion's on this team, especially Zion being in shape, they can beat and be competitive against any team. So even in a revenge spot, I mean, Pelicans' best spot has been at home. Are they the same team 100%? Absolutely not. But I don't think we see. Maybe the game's a little bit closer, but I still think the Pelicans win this game. It's not my favorite game to bet, but I still think, props are still a good spot on this game. Give me the Pelicans -3. Not too much to say other than what I saw last time. I think the Pelicans still do the same thing. All right, guys, let's talk about. And this is probably the game of the day, bro. The game of the fucking day. The Los Angeles Lakers against the Dallas Mavericks, and Lakers laying 8.5 points at home, bro. I mean, hey, I get it, bro. I definitely get it. Lakers have been looking good, bro, and Mavericks are dealing with a lot of injuries. I mean, Anthony Davis, Powell still out, Gafford out. I mean, Lively's out. This team cannot catch a break. But I will also say this: the Lakers don't have a huge center either. They don't have Mark Williams. I mean, Jackson Hayes is a center, but it's not like he's a dominating center. So, hey, I mean, I think, look, Dallas, bro, they've actually been playing pretty good, man. I mean, pretty decent defense so far. I think overall, I mean, I like this Dallas team, bro, especially when they get back Anthony Davis, bro. Regardless of what you want to say, regardless of what you like, how you want to look at it, Dallas Mavericks, they will be a team, in my opinion, if they can get their stuff together, that can be competitive. The thing is, would they be competitive in this game? I mean, there's a huge FU factor by Luka. I mean, I get the whole storyline, but this is a lot of points, man. I mean, the Lakers have been rolling fairly well. I mean, everyone's on the Lakers. Everyone thinks Luka's just going to play extremely good. I mean, look, they've done good, man. They beat Denver. They beat Portland. They're back at home. I mean, the Mavericks, bro, they've also been playing pretty good as well. I mean, they did lose against Golden State, but Golden State's a much different team than the Lakers, in my opinion. I mean, over the last 5 games, I will say, you know, Lakers have definitely probably been the better team. But I don't know if I want to lay 8.5 points with the Lakers, bro. I'll be honest, like, for sure, Lakers defense has stepped it up. And the Dallas Mavericks defense has not been good, especially attacking the rim. But the thing is, the Lakers, they do attack the rim at a decent rate, and they're the number one, probably most effective team at the rim. Even though it hurts me to say, like, I think this line is huge. I get it, right? I get it. I think the Lakers can definitely get what they want on the offensive side. They don't have the size to cover LeBron attacks at the rim. They've been super effective being there, and given the Dallas Mavericks lack of rim protection and rim defense, and the Lakers end up winning this game. Do they blow them out by double digits at home? That's the thing. It's a big spread. I think this game's really a 7.5 point game, so I think there might be some slight value with Dallas. But maybe a team total with the Lakers could be better. I still think also the Mavericks can be competitive on the offensive side. So I like Lakers maybe team total, maybe the over as well. But I don't know if I want to lay 8.5 points with the Lakers, but I get it though. Lakers should probably win this game. All right, guys. Last game on the board. You've been with me this long. I really do appreciate you guys. Words can't really describe how thankful I am. But we got Charlotte Hornets against the Golden State Warriors. I mean, there's a massive spread. I mean, the Warriors should probably dog these guys. I mean, Hornets are the new Wizards, man. They just lose and get blown up by every single team they play, even with all their starters playing. And big thing is, will Mark Williams play? He's a game-time decision. We had a problem with the Hornets last time with Nurkic, and I think Williams will play. So I guess that's a positive for them. But I don't know, bro. Look, it's just me. I don't like laying big spreads like this with any team. I don't care who it is, unless it's like OKC or maybe the Cavaliers. But on paper, it's gonna say Warriors should blow these guys out. But off my policy, I'm gonna avoid this game. For the sake of the video, if Mark Williams plays, I think maybe Charlotte can be competitive in some fashion. But I'm not in love with this game. Maybe props could be a better spot for this game for sure. But no way I'm laying 17 points with any team, bro. I don't care if they're playing the JV girls basketball team. You'll see by experience, like laying this amount of points, you have so much room for error. And I mean, all you need is a random quarter for the Hornets to score a few threes, random layups, and you only win by 15, 14 points, and you don't cover this big spread. So for the sake of the video, I'll take the Hornets. I mean, Warriors have been playing extremely good. They've been dogging good teams as well. So is this maybe a sleepy spot for them? Possibly. So that's why I'm not going to be laying this many points. But guys, you've been enjoying the content, man. Thank you so much. I hope I see you in the next video. And let's go smoke the books, baby. I'll see you on the next one.